My beloved Leos, I welcome you to this sacred tarot gathering, where today the energy surrounding me is so intense that I can feel it vibrating through every fiber of my being. I am deeply moved, because what I have seen for you is not just any message. It is a revelation that even after so many years of practice, still leaves me breathless. Before me, 9 cards have unfolded in a pattern that seems to speak directly to the core of your soul. I reviewed it once, twice, 3 times, because the power of this message is so immense that I needed to confirm it. What is approaching for you, Leo, cannot be measured by earthly clocks or human forecasts. It is something that transcends all calculation and ordinary understanding. The first card to appear was the Tower. I know this card often stirs fear, but today I want you to look at it with different eyes, through the gaze of the lion who, even in the midst of the storm, never loses its majesty. The Tower arrives to tear down old structures, illusions that once seemed solid, but no longer sustain the greatness of who you are. It is a divine lightning bolt, a strike of light that shatters invisible chains, those that have limited your expansion and your freedom. Yes, it can hurt. Yes, it can shake the very foundations of your life. But within that upheaval lies the key to your true liberation. Because, dear Leos, you were not born to live in cages. You were born to walk through open kingdoms, head held high and heart ablaze. And this change is exactly what will allow you to roar once more with power. Alongside the Tower appears the Wheel of Fortune. This combination is simply monumental. It speaks of predestined turns, of cycles closing so that others may begin with greater force. This is not luck, not coincidence. It is destiny itself moving to place you exactly where you were always meant to be. The wheel turns, and with its movement, it brings you to a crossroads, where one stage of your life ends so that another, brighter, more radiant, can be born. This is the moment when the doors open, even if you cannot yet see what lies behind them. For the brave and passionate spirit of Leo, this is the perfect ground to prove what you are made of. Courage, light, and fire, but also the humility to listen to what the universe longs to whisper to you. In the third position, the Hermit is revealed. And here the message softens, turns inward. After the thunder of the Tower and the unstoppable spin of the wheel comes the pause, the introspection, the deep search. The Hermit carries the lamp of wisdom so that even in the darkest night, you may find the path that leads to your own truth. And although Leo thrives in the applause, in the glow of the spotlight, this will be a moment to step away from the stage. Not as a retreat of defeat, but as a strategy to hear the most important roar of all, the one that comes from within. This is a call to turn your gaze away from the eyes of others for a moment, and back toward the center of your being, where your purest strength resides. Because believe me, Leo, your soul stands on the edge of an awakening that will mark a clear before and after. And if you are ready to open that portal, activate this energy now. Give this video a like within the next 7 minutes. It is no coincidence that you are hearing this today. It is a sign. Leave the phrase, "I accept my true destiny" in the comments, and you will feel the force of your path expand and strengthen, multiplying through every corner of your life. By doing this, and by subscribing to this channel, you will be weaving an energetic bridge between your soul and universal wisdom, an invisible bond that will sustain you even in the most intense moments of the transformations to come. The fourth card to appear is Death. And here, Leo, there are no coincidences. Do not fear this name, for in the language of tarot, death does not speak of a physical ending, but of an absolute metamorphosis. It is the point where an old version of yourself exhales its last breath to make way for a glorious rebirth. It is the phoenix that burns, that consumes itself, and that from the ashes rises stronger, purer, and more majestic. After the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hermit, this card arrives to seal the pact with your destiny, to leave behind completely all that no longer resonates with you in order to make space for your most authentic self. And for you, Leo, ruled by the sun, death is the reminder that your light cannot be extinguished, only transformed. It is the ego dissolving so that your true crown can shine without interference. In the fifth position appears the star. This card is like a balm for the soul after the storms. It comes with the gentle light of dawn, with the certainty that after the darkest night, the day always arrives. The star speaks of healing, of clarity, of divine inspiration that renews your faith in yourself and in life. It is the universe whispering, "You were never alone, you were always being guided." For a Leo, who lives with an innate connection to cosmic forces, this card is a mirror of your very essence. You are stardust, a being who carries the divine spark within your heart. Now is the time to restore harmony between who you are on the inside and what you show to the world. The sixth card is the Magician. After your rebirth and your healing, this card reveals an unshakable truth. You have everything you need to create the life you dream of. In your hands are the four elements: the fire of your passion, the water of your intuition, the air of your vision, and the earth of your discipline. The Magician reminds you that the power to manifest is not outside of you, it is within you, waiting for you to direct it with will and clarity. In your case, Leo, this is a time when your charisma, your creativity, and your leadership are amplified to levels you had never imagined. You will not only transform your own world, but you will also become an inspiration for others to do the same. And then comes the seventh card, the Sun. Your ruling card, your pure essence, your most radiant truth. Its appearance here is the ultimate confirmation that everything you have endured, the falls, the turns, the dark nights, has led you to your greatest blooming. The sun not only illuminates your path, but also the path of those who walk beside you. It is the card that tells you, there is nothing left to hide, your light is your truth, and your truth is your power. What opens before you, Leo, is a cycle where you will be able to be fully yourself, without masks, without doubts, without fears. A time in which your radiance will be so intense that even those who are lost will be able to find direction simply through your presence. For you, Leo, ruled by the sun, this card is like looking into a mirror of pure light. It is the return to your brightest essence, to that solar nature that not only illuminates but affirms life itself. It is the confirmation that you have returned to the center of your power, to that inner place where your fire never goes out. The eighth card that arises in this spread is the Emperor. Its energy is firm, clear, and protective. It arrives after a time of overflowing creativity to remind you that true freedom is sustained upon solid foundations. The Emperor brings structure, order, and authority, not to chain you, but to help you uphold everything you have built from your authenticity. In you, Leo, this card activates your natural capacity for leadership, the kind that does not impose with brute force, but with example, justice, and vision. It pushes you to set healthy boundaries, to take the helm of your life with responsibility, and to design a stable future where your light can continue expanding without interruption. Success and prosperity are already knocking at your door, but for them to enter, you must open the way. If you want to activate this flow of abundance, give this video a like within the next 5 minutes and leave in the comments, "I am ready to receive wealth." By doing so, you will attract, like a magnet, new opportunities for growth, stability, and expansion. And if you subscribe, you will open a constant, energetic channel through which renewed sources of well-being and prosperity will flow. Finally, we arrive at the ninth card that crowns this spread, the World. This arcana marks the glorious closing of a life cycle and the culmination of your highest potential. It is the moment when everything, internal and external, spiritual and material, masculine and feminine, integrates into a perfect unity. The world not only celebrates your achievements, but also your expansion of consciousness, your ability to break free from limiting beliefs, and to see life as a complete and perfect tapestry. For you, Leo, who always aspires to great goals and true recognition, this card reminds you that authentic greatness is born from balance, from the harmonious integration of all your parts. There is no longer a battle between your worlds, only a constant flow toward your total fulfillment. Now, looking at the spread as a whole, we see something extraordinary, a true hero's journey. You have passed through trials, turns of fate, dark nights, inner searches, death and rebirth, healing, leadership, and finally, wholeness. You stand at the threshold of a transformation so profound that it will impact every area of your life, your self-perception, your relationships, your purpose, your spiritual path. This is not a simple period of changes. It is a sacred alchemy that turns the lead of the everyday into the gold of an illuminated existence. And what is most surprising is that all 9 cards are major arcana, something extremely rare in a single reading. This does not speak of trivial events, but of fundamental life lessons, of karmic patterns, and of spiritual evolution in its purest form. Nothing here is coincidence, Leo. What you are experiencing is a crucial passage in the story of your soul, a portal that, once crossed, will not only change you forever, but will ignite a light that will illuminate your destiny and the destiny of those blessed to walk beside you. It is also important to note, Leo, that many of the cards appearing in your reading carry the archetypal energy of transformation: the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, Death, the World. Together, they paint a landscape of intense change unfolding on all levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. These periods are not easy. They can feel like massive waves threatening to sweep everything away. But it is precisely these tides that carry us to shores we would never have reached by standing still. They are demanding times, yes, but also the most fertile for your growth. Through them, you take quantum leaps in your development, break chains that once seemed unbreakable, and discover strengths you never knew you possessed. The respect, admiration, and recognition you have long awaited are now knocking at your door. To align your energy with this opening, give this video a like right now, as a gesture to the universe that says, "I accept my greatness." Write it as well in the comments, and you will activate forces that will draw to you the people who can truly see and value the magnitude of your talents. And if you subscribe, you will keep a constant, energetic channel open to receive the recognition that will feed your confidence even in the most challenging moments. If we look closely at the spread, we can see that it is organized into 3 triads, each representing a key stage of your transformational journey. The first triad, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hermit. This is the phase of destruction and re-evaluation. Old structures collapse, destiny turns unexpectedly, and you are invited to look within, seeking new points of support. It may be the most difficult stage, the one that hurts the most, but it is the one that clears the ground so something greater can grow. Like a forest fire that, though it devastates, prepares the soil so the forest can be reborn stronger than before. The second triad, Death, the Star, and the Magician. Here you enter the phase of transformation and renewal. After the collapse comes the moment to shed the old skin for good, to heal wounds, rekindle hope, and discover new abilities. It is intense, emotionally powerful, because you say goodbye to an old version of yourself and welcome one that is freer, lighter, and more expansive. It is like taking off a suit that was far too tight and realizing you can move with complete freedom. The third triad, the Sun, the Emperor, and the World. This is the phase of integration and fulfillment. Here, your authentic essence is revealed without reservation. You build new structures that support your light and reach a state of wholeness and harmony. It is the mountain peak after a long and challenging climb. That moment when you breathe deeply, gaze at the horizon, and understand that every effort was worth it. And now, Leo, Joy and inner light are ready to flood your life. If you want to synchronize with these elevated vibrations, give this video a like within the next minute and write in the comments, "My life is full of joy and light." This will create a powerful energetic anchor to attract people, opportunities, and experiences that will fill your path with brightness and fulfillment. Subscribing to this channel will be like lighting an eternal flame within you, Leo. A constant source of inspiration that will keep your spirit high and your heart steady, even on the grayest days. Your reading reveals a spread that moves with a clear progression, from shadow to light, from chaos to order, from breaking to creating. It is the arc of transformation, a journey that the wise of all ages have described, and one that you are now living in your own flesh. It begins with a crisis that breaks structures. The dark night of the soul, your own tower, continues with a period of trials and inner searching, the wheel of fortune, the hermit, death, and culminates in illumination and integration, the star, the magician, the sun, the emperor, the world. It is the confirmation that no wound has been in vain, that every challenge has been guided by a greater purpose. And indeed, Leo, your journey resonates with the eternal cycle of your ruler, the sun. Like the star that governs you, you are reborn each day at dawn. You rise to your zenith, and then you descend toward night, only to rise again, brighter and wiser. You are now in that exact moment when darkness begins to give way to the first glimmers of a new dawn. Though the night may seem dense, your solar nature reminds you that nothing can extinguish your light. Another day is being born for you, and with it, a more complete and authentic version of your essence. Another powerful sign in your reading is the presence of masculine archetypes, the hermit, the magician, the emperor, and feminine archetypes, the star, along with cards that integrate both energies, the sun, the world. This reveals that your transformation is not only about moving forward, but about integrating the active and the receptive, the rational and the intuitive, the structured and the free. And for you, Leo, who so often embodies leadership, action, and strength, embracing sensitivity, listening, and cooperation will be a master key for your evolution. Your emotional bonds and your family are your true treasures, and now a portal is opening for them to flourish like never before. Give this video a like right now to seal the energy of harmony in your relationships. Write in the comments, "Love fills my life," and you will be creating a circle of light and protection around those you love most. And if you subscribe, you will have a constant refuge of words, guidance, and energy that will keep the fire of home burning, even in times of storm. On the plane of self-knowledge, this spread indicates that you are in a deep review of who you are and how you perceive yourself. You will discover that some aspects you once believed to be essential to you were nothing more than masks or roles you learned to play in order to meet other people's expectations. The tower comes to tear down those false structures, returning to you your true face. It may hurt, yes, because we grow accustomed to those armors. But in the end, the freedom and strength you will gain will be unshakable. In the realm of relationships, the cards show profound transformations, endings, and beginnings filled with truth. The tower may represent a revelation that radically changes the dynamic of an important relationship, bringing to light what was once hidden or what you preferred not to see. The Wheel of Fortune reminds you that these turns are not random. They are part of a karmic web that comes to heal you and make room for more authentic connections, more aligned with your light. You may find yourself, Leo, crossing paths with people who arrive in your life as mirrors of the soul, carrying lessons left unfinished from other lifetimes or karmic bonds that are now ready to be closed. These encounters will not always be gentle, but all will have a clear purpose, to show you which connections propel you toward your greatness and which ones simply drain your light. The hermit invites you to a time of introspection and conscious solitude to discern which relationships vibrate with your true regal essence and which are sustained only by habit or dependency. Death in the realm of bonds signals an inevitable metamorphosis. Old relational patterns dissolve, making space for connections that are fuller, more authentic, and more enriching. The star illuminates this process, bringing healing to emotional wounds and restoring your faith in sincere, deep love. The magician reminds you of your creative power. You have the ability to attract and build bonds that feed your inner strength and honor your individuality. The sun, your ruler, stands as a symbol of joy and warmth, showing you the beauty of authentic relationships based on mutual respect and the recognition of each one's greatness. The Emperor calls you to establish firm boundaries and healthy structures within your bonds, taking responsibility for your decisions and creating a safe space for your light to shine. And finally, the world represents the state of fullness and expansion, where relationships become stages for evolution and shared growth. In the realm of career and professional fulfillment, this spread announces a period of drastic changes and unexpected opportunities. The tower may manifest as a sudden shake-up, a restructuring, the closing of a work cycle, or the abrupt end of a project. Although at first it may seem like a loss, it is actually a liberation that removes you from paths where your fire no longer burned with strength. The Wheel of Fortune indicates that these movements are part of a greater design, guiding you toward a professional destiny more aligned with your nature and purpose. The Hermit again urges you to take a reflective pause. What do you want to build, Leo? What legacy do you wish to leave? This is the moment to redefine your goals and listen to the deep call of your soul, which longs to reveal its full potential. Give this video a like right now to ignite your path toward your highest purpose. Write in the comments, "I follow my destiny," and you will open a channel to receive clear signs and synchronicities that will guide you. Subscribing will be your spiritual compass on this journey, giving you direction even when the fog surrounds you. Death in the professional realm marks the definitive closing of a stage and the opening to a new cycle. It may mean the end of a collaboration, a change of company, or even the leap toward a completely different vocation. The star once again lights the way, inspiring you and showing you a renewed vision of your mission, often linked to a deeper purpose of service and positive leadership. The magician confirms that you possess all the resources, talents, and skills to create your own opportunities and carve your path into new territories. The sun foretells a period of recognition and triumph, where your natural talent and your ability to inspire will be visible to all. The Emperor reaffirms that you can build a solid and prosperous structure, whether leading a team, managing an important project, or launching your own enterprise. And finally, the world for you, Leo, represents a state of deep fulfillment and satisfaction, where your vocation becomes a luminous reflection of your purest essence and a contribution to the world's well-being through your creative fire. This spread announces a period of internal healing and renewal that also extends outward to your environment. The tower may manifest as a sudden revelation, an unexpected event that transforms your relationship with your body and your vital energy. It could be a moment of clarity in which you understand that your physical strength is directly connected to your emotional and spiritual strength, perhaps a sign from the universe pushing you to care for your inner temple like never before. The Wheel of Fortune reminds you that your vitality also moves in cycles. There are moments of explosive energy and others of necessary rest, and learning to flow with these rhythms is key to your balance. The Hermit invites you to look inward, to listen to the silent roar of your intuition and the whisper of your body, to understand the emotional roots of any blockage or exhaustion. Death in this context symbolizes the release of habits that no longer serve your sacred fire. It is the metamorphosis toward a more conscious lifestyle where pleasure and discipline coexist in harmony. The star pours a healing light over you that encompasses the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, guiding you toward practices that nourish your leonine essence, such as expressive movement, conscious breathing, and rituals of gratitude. The magician confirms your ability to deliberately create health and well-being, using your personal power to choose what nourishes and strengthens your life. The sun, your ruling star, symbolizes the moment of maximum vitality, joy, and fulfillment. Your energy shines so brightly that it inspires others to ignite their own light. The Emperor reminds you that even the brightest flame needs a firm container, routines, self-care, and an order that sustains your well-being in the long term. Finally, the world represents total integration. Body, mind, heart, and spirit aligned, vibrating in harmony. Leo, success and abundance are already walking toward you, but now it's time to open the door for them. Give this video a like within the next 3 minutes to activate the energetic channel of prosperity. Write in the comments, "I am ready to receive wealth in all its forms." This way, you become a powerful magnet attracting golden opportunities and paths of expansion. Subscribing to this channel ensures you receive constant messages that will raise your frequency, helping you keep the flame burning and abundance flowing in both your spiritual and material life. This spread announces a deep awakening, a leap in consciousness that frees you from old chains. The tower may be the sudden awakening that breaks down limiting beliefs about who you are and what you deserve, making space for a more authentic and direct spiritual experience. The Wheel of Fortune indicates that your spiritual path is intertwined with lessons and challenges from past lives, and that what you are facing now serves a greater purpose. The Hermit calls you to moments of luminous solitude, where you can meet your essence without distractions, recognizing the immense power dwelling in your silence. Death, in the context of your spiritual development, Leo, symbolizes a powerful initiation, an inner death and rebirth that elevates you to a new level of consciousness and understanding. It is a process in which your old self, with its fears and limitations, dissolves to make way for a more radiant and authentic version of yourself. The star illuminates your path with inspiration and spiritual guidance, often through revealing dreams, deep intuitions, or synchronic signs confirming you are on the right path. The magician reflects your innate ability to consciously work with energies and vibrations, channeling your creative force through practices and tools that enhance your evolution. The sun, your ruler, announces a period of spiritual clarity and expansion, where truth becomes evident and you feel a deep connection with your higher self and the entire universe. The Emperor reminds you that for your spirituality to be sustained, you need structure, a consistent practice that becomes the pillar of your life. Finally, the world represents that state of unity and spiritual fulfillment where you recognize the divine in yourself and in every manifestation of existence. In the financial realm, this spread signals a radical transformation in your relationship with money, prosperity, and material resources. The tower may manifest as a sudden change, loss of an income source, unexpected expenses, or a turn that forces you to rethink beliefs and economic habits. The Wheel of Fortune indicates these ups and downs are part of larger cycles that reflect your internal energy and attitude toward abundance. The Hermit suggests a time of moderation and re-evaluation, inviting you to understand more deeply how you interact with the energy of money. Remember, Leo, the joy and light you emit are also magnets for abundance. Give this video a like right now, and you will open a portal for the flow of positive energy. Write in the comments, "I choose joy every day to anchor this intention in the material plane." Subscribing to the channel will be your constant reminder that happiness is cultivated even in the simplest moments. Death in this financial context marks the end of limiting beliefs and patterns that blocked your prosperity. The star brings you a new vision, understanding that true wealth encompasses the material, the spiritual, the emotional, and the creative. The magician confirms your power to consciously generate prosperity, harnessing your talents, resources, and opportunities. The sun announces a time of tangible abundance when your gifts are recognized and rewarded. The emperor calls you to structure your finances with intelligence, clear budgets, investment plans, and habits that guarantee stability and growth. The world closes this cycle with the promise of financial freedom and the ability to share your abundance generously. Now, Leo, some practical recommendations to make the most of these energies. First, accept the changes. The Tower and the Wheel of Fortune show that you are on the edge of important transformations, some unexpected. Resisting will only create tension. Instead, cultivate trust in the process, knowing that everything that happens serves your evolution, even if in the moment you do not see it clearly. Practice mindfulness and presence, observing your reactions without judgment or resistance. Your family and loved ones are also ready for a deeper moment of connection with you. Like this video now to open your heart to the flow of unconditional love. Write in the comments, "My family is my greatest blessing," and you will create a protective, energetic shield around your dearest loved ones. Subscribing to the channel will ensure you receive constant guidance to strengthen and deepen those bonds day by day. Secondly, dedicate time to inner searching and reflection, for that is where your light finds its greatest power. And finally, the world signals the culmination of a spiritual cycle. You have integrated all the lessons, embraced your shadow and your light, and recognize yourself as part of the whole. At this point, Leo, your energy not only shines for you, but becomes a beacon for those still seeking their truth. If this message has resonated with you, I invite you to become an active part of this community. Subscribe to continue receiving guidance and positive energy, and share in the comments how this message has connected with your current moment. Remember that your voice and your presence also illuminate the path for others.